I saw a video the other day where somebody had made a little puzzle box for an escape room which had a series of buttons on the outside, and when you pushed all of the buttons a little drawer pops open. I thought it was a really nice simple design, very clever idea. But a few things intrigued me about the video. So one thing, when you push down all the buttons it takes a few seconds before the drawer pops open. And the box designer said that the box uses a single 3-volt coin cell. So these two things sort of suggest that maybe there's some electronics inside or something intriguing that causes a little bit of a delay before the box opens. And I wasn't sure what that was, so I went off to do some research, and I'd like to say that I had a good deep dive into it, but I actually just asked my friend Alistair from Playful Tech, who is very knowledgeable on all these things. Go follow his channel. And he said that it was very likely to be one of these little latch boxes, and I've never seen one of these before and thought they were quite interesting. So I bought a few cheap from Aliexpress to give them a bit of a play. So they're a little box with a little latch in here, and the matching half is this little mechanical bracket, and this would go on your drawer. This would be inside your box, your latch. When you close the box you push it into here, and you can just about see in here that clicks into place. Now this design I bought came with a mechanical release, so there's this button on the back here as well, so that when you push this button you can see that it ejects the bracket, and if obviously that was attached to a big metal drawer it wouldn't go anywhere near as far. But there are two wires coming out the back of the latch as well, so that if you apply 3 to 12 volts then the actuator actuates and the thing ejects. So I'll just turn this power on, and again you can see it took a few seconds and it ejected. Again, this is only 3 volts, so it made me wonder what actually is going on inside this device. This device is held together with 3 screws on the back, so I've already taken them out from this one, and if just a simple cover holds it all together, and you can see all of the workings inside the thing. So normally your bracket would come along and push into this latch. I'm going to do it with my makeshift latch just so that you can see what's happening. So as the bracket comes in it pushes this hook all the way back until it clicks in here, and this holds it into place, and you can see that this latch has then popped forwards, and that stops you from pulling your bracket out. Mechanically, if you're using the mechanical release, you simply pull this switch down and you'll see that it lifts up here and the whole thing is sprung, so that's what causes your bracket to eject forwards. So mechanically that's very simple. It pushes in, it latches, and it releases. So electronically you can see there's not a lot going on in there wire wise, so again that made me wonder what was happening. So if I push this into the latch date, and it's very tricky to see, but this red wire comes down to here, this black wire comes under the latch somewhere, possibly through this spring, and turns into this red wire again, and these have got nice big screw terminals on the end. But what you can't really see on the video is that there's a little wire that runs all the way down here around this pillar and all the way to this side, and that's connected directly to this lever, which is what causes the whole thing to fire. So what happens is that when you apply power to the device, this wire, which is presumably nitinol or some sort of muscle wire, heats up because of the electrical charge running from this point to this point, and as nitinol gets hotter it actually shrinks in size, so that's what causes it to pull this trigger. So if I try and connect this battery up quickly, I'll make sure it's on this time. should be able to see this wire will pull tight and fire that switch. And you see it contract and release. And what causes it to release is that when this hook pushes forwards, this spring contact no longer makes connection and the electricity stops flowing. When the electricity stops flowing through this wire, it cools down again due to air. So it's a very simple design, very clever, that runs just off this 3 volts from the battery. So if I give you another demo, you can see it contracts and releases and ejects your bracket.